Alright, quick test to see how a unit that is standing in the forest does against a unit that is standing in the open when trading fire in skirmishing. So these Balearic Slingers are in the open, these Balearic Slingers are in a forest. They're going to start firing at each other and we'll see how they do. Here we go. So first few volleys, the guys standing in the open are taking damage. The guys standing in the forest haven't lost a single man yet. Now they've lost 2, while these have lost 16, 20, 23, 24. Well, they're just dropping so fast. And in the forest here, not even taking 10 casualties from this exchange. So the unit standing outside is getting destroyed. The unit inside the forest only lost 7 men. That is how massive the difference is between skirmishing into a forest and skirmishing out from a forest. If you can, always try to have your men be protected by missile fire when standing inside of a forest. And the unit that has forest cover isn't going to be penalized significantly from firing out of the forest when it's standing like this. Now it would be interesting to see what would have happened if it had been firing through the forest like this, because presumably a lot of the ammunition would be hitting the trees, because trees and terrain also has hitboxes. Or hit cylinders, I guess it is. So, Syrian archers against Syrian archers standing in the open and Syrian archers standing in the forest. So the Syrian archers are moving a bit too close here. These guys are going to get cover from being in a forest, so my testing partner, Hyamakus, is going to have to move back his guys a bit before we start the skirmishing. So yep, moving out. Ready to start firing. And here we go. So again, massive difference. Lost 2 men, lost 18. And the difference is just going to increase as long as this exchange goes on. So the Syrian archers outside of the forest are losing heavily to the Syrian archers inside of the forest. So again, the Syrian archers in the forest lost 12 men. The Syrian archers standing in the open were destroyed. That is how big of a difference it makes being in a forest or being outside of a forest. The difference is massive. So we're going to use a unit of Balearics now. And we're going to have a unit of Syrian archers fire into the forest. Because this is interesting. Syrian archers will defeat Balearic Slingers one-on-one in open terrain, and I'll give a demonstration of that afterwards. So the Balearic Slingers have 25 armor, the Syrian archers have 40 armor, and more armor penetration from the auxiliary Balearic Slingers, but unless my memory fails me, I think auxiliary Balearic Slingers only have a 20% chance to block, 20 or 25% chance to block incoming missiles. So the 40 base damage, the 35 damage and 4 AP of the Syrian archers is going to hurt a lot. They also have access to heavy shot, of course, and precision shot, which is going to make it worse for the Balearic Slingers. But for now, we're not using any abilities, we're just trading skirmish fire. So starting to fire. And not perfectly synchronized volleys, but close enough. And in the forest, not really losing a whole lot of men. The Syrian archers out that are firing into the forest, not doing well at all. So the Balearic Slingers lost more men than they did to the Slinger fire, decisively more. But the Syrian archers are getting destroyed as well. So they lost a lot more men to archer fire than they did to slinger fire, presumably because of the higher base damage, and maybe also, and this is pure guesswork by me, but maybe because the slingers have a lower trajectory, the archers have a higher trajectory, so the archers are going to be firing above the terrain and down onto the archers, while the slingers are going to be firing through the terrain. Just pure guesswork from my side. Not really sure if that's how it works. So now we're going to try a unit of Balearic Slingers against the Syrian Archers on the open, because you saw that in the forest the Balearic Slingers were able to defeat the Syrian Archers comfortably. So he's bringing up a unit of Balearic Slingers here. I think we're going to be testing the Syrian Archers first. The nice thing about slingers is that against infantry they have a lot of ammunition and nice armor penetration. And what makes slingers deadly against archers is the combination of a high rate of fire, armor penetration, and a good shield. But the Balearics lack a good shield. They have a lackluster shield. So if the Balearics had Germanic wood shields, for example, or Germanic skirmish shields, they would be absolute beasts. That would also increase their armor to 30 and increase their missile block chance. It would double their missile block chance. At least, if not more. Okay, so going to start firing here. Now you can see how much more even it is. The Balearic Slingers are losing significantly more men. The Syrian Archers are actually winning this engagement. Not using any abilities, not using precision shots, and the Balearic Slingers are getting destroyed by the archers in this exchange. So, yeah, destroyed. And that is how massive the difference is between firing, skirmishing from within a forest and to a unit that is standing in the open, and from skirmishing against a unit that is standing inside a forest. It's basically wasted ammunition and wasted time. You're going to lose that engagement. So if an enemy tanks up inside a forest and wants to trade skirmish fire with you, it's probably not going to be the best option you have. Strength and honor.